about a 16-inch open up here and here. It's due to the metal. You see the rust, all that rust, and all that rust. I've got to weld that. That has me quite nervous because that's in the middle of the mold. This is where the seam was welded. So that's in the middle. That has me quite concerned. That might be what you call sick metal. You see clearly that this section is clearly carbon steel, not stainless steel. Okay, I've removed that really bad section. Right in here is new. And then I'm going to put this in today. It's a compound curve. It's also called a saddle curve. Okay, I'm starting it. I got it tacked into place. I'll just slowly bend it into shape using wedges. Okay, you have this little wedge and drive it down and just slowly press things down and tack weld it into shape. Okay, we're moving along, getting that nice saddle bend. Saddle bend complete. I just have to weld it and make the welds disappear. Okay. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about some of that sick metal that we have up there on the bird. This piece of metal has been on the ground now since 2012, February 2012. You can see that there is some rust. I put Rust Rescue on it when I put it on the ground, checked it from time to time, and the rust is only within the last year or two, that bigger rust. This is the thickness of the metal. As you can see, this is a cutaway section through the center piece when I was fitting it together. You can see the inherent problems when you have really thick metal. It cools and it doesn't bond tightly. Instead of locking together really tight, like the molecules, they just kind of come together. And so we have this very soft metal. And as I start to weld into the surface, you see that you don't know what you're welding into because you've got all of this corruption in the metal. And noted that it has rust around it, so it's no longer stainless steel. It has the properties. Every time you see a little spot of rust, that's a piece of carbon in the metal. I'll do a close-up on that later. So you can see, this is a good, let me get my tape measure out. This is a good 3/4 of an inch thick. Here, this is good 7/8 of an inch thick, and easily over 3/4 of an inch thick. And you see the problems. So as I start to weld, I come into these little concavities and have all sorts of problems. Again, we can see that was just absolutely wrong. I petitioned Emery to make the foundry cast it over again, and they didn't want to take the time. And so this is what we're running into now. There you can see how corrupt that metal is. Keep it going through. See? That's not what you call pristine stainless steel metal. It is the complete, utter failure of the foundry that cast this. I won't name the foundry because I a good-natured person and I don't want to end up in combat with them. But it is incompetent.